Welcome from the home of the New York Mets, Citi Field in Queens. MLB The Show brings you the National League Championship Series. It's the New York Yankees going up against the New York Mets.
And now, please welcome your
Well, this place is ready. We'll be right back to get this series started in just a minute. Pitching in our game today, Christian Scott. What do you got on him, Chris? About to get started here for game one. Cody Bellinger stepping in now for the Yankees. And the series is underway.
Man, first pitch of the day, and the zone's already tight.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Simeon over to first. One out in the top of the first. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. So the call stands. So they'll lose their first challenge. The 1-0. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
They're only on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch in this next one.
Fights it off. He'll see another. The 1-2. In the air to left center. Robert has a beat on it. Takes it in for the out. Here comes Aaron Judge.
No, that's a ball. Hey!
And that one hammered way back there. Just missed it. Here's Francisco Lindor. And delivers outside. Way outside, ball 3. That clips the corner. That one misses, so a leadoff walk. Bo Bichette up to the dish. And a foul ball. Lindor on at first, nobody out. That's ripped into the outfield. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities.
Soto in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. 0-1 down. Foul ball there. And that one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
That one is absolutely belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. Hauls it in on the warning track. Throw behind the runner. They've got him doubled off. Game one of the NLCS. In now is the Yankees DH, Giancarlo Stanton. That one drilled left field. That's back there. Out of here. He wastes no time on this one. And the Yankees have the lead. It's 1-0. Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate. Chris, you and I have gotten to work some memorable postseason games together. One I look back on, 2013 ALCS Game 2, the David Ortiz Grand Slam. That one missed.
For me, Boo, the game I remember is us calling the 2014 AL wildcard game. The Kansas City Royals hosting the Oakland A's. The Royals come from behind to win in extra innings and move on to the division series. They had such a great run that it ended up in the World Series losing to the San Francisco Giants.
The throw into third, and they are rolling. Runners at the corner, still nobody out. Paul Goldschmidt in the box now, takes strike one. Swings and chases a low one there. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And next for New York, Anthony Volpe. First pitch just misses.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get out of this.
Pitch gets away. Throws to second, and he's got no chance. He's out.
That's really frustrating right there. Should have had plenty of time to move up safely with the ball getting away, but they still threw out the runner.
Got him swinging for the K. They limit the damage here. Game one of the National League Championship Series. Bottom half of inning number 2. Jorge Polanco up now for the Mets. And that one fouled off. Tap foul at the plate. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Popped in the air, left side. Caballero settles underneath it, and there's one down. Here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. That one way inside. The count 2-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And now it's Mark Vientos.
Whoa.
In the air, right field. Judge under this one. And that'll do it. Game one of the NLCS. New inning getting started. Jose Caballero stepping in now for the Yankees. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. Takes it in for the out. Here's Cody Bellinger. Grounded out his first time up.
Ball. Low.
That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That K is his 3rd of the game. Chisholm takes a ball as he stands in for the 2nd time. the middle. Oh, what a stop. From his knees, the throw. But it's not in time. Base hit. So, man aboard, Aaron Judge at the plate.
Hey. Ball one.
Yeah, big swing and a miss. High fly ball out towards left field. That was foul, and he'll see another. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Marcus Semien up now for the Mets. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And the tying run is on base.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach, paying off.
Out towards right center field. Grisham settles underneath it. Brings it in. 1 away. And now here's the big center fielder, Luis Robert.
That was straight queso right there.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Struck him out swinging. The high heat too much on that one. Back to the top of the Mets order. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate.
Ball two.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Well struck deep right field, way back and out of here. That one felt good, and it gives them the lead in the third. It's 2-1. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 down. Bo Bichette up now for the Mets. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And that is the third out of the inning. Back here at Citi Field, on to the 4th, Giancarlo Stanton stepping in now for the Yankees. And there's a strike.
You know, these Yankees, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today. And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Got him swinging. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. Now here's Trent Grisham. Walked his first time. Yeah, that's fouled off. On the ground to the left. And it gets by him. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. But he's in there easily.
Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Man at second. And that one fouled off.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Ring him up, says Clyde Washington. That's a strikeout. Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
First offering, and it just misses. Late with the swing there. Tying run in scoring position here in Game 1 of the NLCS.
No.
Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. 3-2 now. So Goldie strikes out here. Back here in Queens, bottom 4, Juan Soto up now for the Mets.
Clearly didn't come out of his hand the right way. Left that curveball way up. He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
This one in the air, center field. Grisham is there, makes the catch. The batter now, Jorge Polanco. He's 0 for 1. That's a strike, and it's 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And that one almost hit him. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. He's in at second with a 1-out double.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. He got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on plane with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
Next offering is outside. That one almost got him. One out and a runner at second. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Now here is Mark Vientos. Flied to right his first time. Runner at second, 2 down. One and 2 now. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out. Back here at Citi Field. New pitcher coming on, the veteran. Luis Garcia.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of them right here to get some critical outs. You know, these Yankees just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times. And it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
The 1-2.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
So up next, Jose Caballero. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one. The 0-2. And that skips in the dirt. The Mets leading by a run here in Game 1 of the NLCS. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. Alvarez to first in time. And the first two set down in the top of the fifth. Back to the top of the Yankee order. Now the left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
Whoa. Whoa.
Two down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the fifth. That one misses. 3 balls, no strikes. And ball 4 there. Tying run is on base. Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Here's the 0-2.
That's a ball.
Hit on the ground to short. Lindor sends it to first. That ends the inning. Back here in Queens, we head to the bottom of the fifth. Marcus Semien up now for the Mets. Out towards right center field. One up, one down. Brett Beatty, the next to hit. Flying to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. Close, but called a ball. And 1-1. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that one did find the strike zone. They'll keep both their challenges. The 0-2. Hard hit left side. To first.
You're out.
Home half of the fifth inning, moving along. 2 quick outs. 2 outs, base is empty. And next for the Mets, Luis Robert Jr. That one ripped left field. That's back there. And it is gone. An absolute smash to left. And they add a run. It's 3-1.
Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
This one in the air, center field. Grisham is there, makes the catch. Top 6, and stepping in for the Yankees, Aaron Judge.
One bright spot for the visitors is the fact that their opponent is already eaten into the bullpen. They can still change the course of the entire series even if they lose game 1.
Ball to strike, the pitch. That one fouled off. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. He's already homered here in this one. That one in there across the letters. Swings and misses, struck him out. 1 out, man at first. So the batter now will be Trent Grisham. Squirts away a little bit. In the dirt.
Well, he came right at him right there, challenged him with the 2-0 fastball. Not sure exactly what he was looking for, but got to imagine that's a confidence booster on the mound. You're in that hitter's head a little bit.
And that's a fair ball. And it'll be runners at second and third, only one away.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. So that removes their last challenge.
Ball 2.
The Yanks with the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Robert on his way over. He's got it. Runners tag up from second and third. Runner from third in to score. And now they trail by 1. Here's Paul Goldschmidt, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. In to score from third. It's an RBI single, a big 2-out hit, and the game is tied. So up next for New York, Anthony Volpe. In the dirt, blocked. And the 1-0. Swings over the top of that one.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
On to first, and that'll do it. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Tim Hill. Hit on the ground to short. Volpe whips it to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Here's Juan Soto. Now be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with 1 swing. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
Well, now that this is a bullpen game, it's clear that whichever bullpen steps up the most is likely going to come away with the W.
Hill measures 6 feet 4 inches. He features a sinker, a 4-seamer, and he works in a slider. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No play. That's an infield single.
That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
Polanco in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. On the ground. Volpe over to second. What a double play that was. Inning over. Game 1 of the NLC. Takes over on the mound.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Just missed.
Great take right there. Showed some really good discipline. Breaking ball coming in, you see it well, but don't trust that it's going to hang on for a strike. Nice job.
Zips it across, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Bellinger up to hit. Strike 1. Slice the other way and foul. On the ground to the left. Bichette gets it to first. Barely got him for the out. Close play. Here's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Ball. Hot.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
This one in the air center field, and that is that. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Ryan Yarbrough. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul.
That's out the corner.
On the ground, and that's just foul. The 1-2. On the ground right side, and foul ball. The 1-2. On the ground to third, and it gets by him.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on a pitch like he did right there.
Hard liner. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in.
Wow, he looked like he was running before the ball was hit. Didn't have much time, as that was a hard hit liner, but a nice job of covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. He's got it.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want patrolling center field. Someone who can attack the ball off the bat.
In the air to left center. Bellinger on the move to the gap. He makes the grab, and that will end the inning. Game one of the National League Championship Series. Ready to begin the eighth. Aaron Judge stepping in now for the Yankees. That's to third. Rolls across the diamond. Important first out to begin the eighth. Stanton at the plate now, and that's strike one. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. 0-2 now. All tied up here in the late stages of game one. In there, sets him down on strikes. And next for New York, Trent Grisham.
Well, a mistake right here could untie this ball game. If you're the pitcher out there, you just want to be a little more cautious.
And now 2-0. 2 down, nobody on. Here in game one of the NLCS. Missed with a changeup, and now 3-0. Right through there for a strike. In the air, out towards left center, and that is that. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Fernando Cruz. Here's Luis Robert.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
Swing and a miss. That's strike one. Swings through that. Swings and misses, struck him out. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. He's already homered in this game. Ground ball right side, it squirts through. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Always feels amazing getting the job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and we'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Here comes the 0-1. There's the swing and a miss.
A little anxious, a little aggressive early in the count. Too much for me. Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Ground ball right side. Chisholm tosses to first. That's a very athletic play.
Good onside run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning. So the go-ahead run is into scoring position. Jorge Polanco up now for the Mets. 1 for 3. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Didn't recognize off speed. Thought it was fastball. A little bit out in front.
Line drive, and this one looks like trouble. Lindor zipping around third. He'll score, and the Mets take the lead. Here comes the runner. The relay to the plate. Save. He beats it. It's 5-3.
Well, this game is tied no more. Big time.
So runner at second, 2 down. Francisco Alvarez will hit next. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Polanco coming around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead. Mark Vientos now at the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. Right through there for a strike. This one popped up. And a base hit to third. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells. The Mets with a new arm on the mound. 8. Minter. Close, but called a ball. Ball 1. The Yankees looking to rally. Minter measures 6 feet even. He features a 2-seam fastball, a 4-seamer, and he works in a changeup. In the air out to center. Robert hustling after it. Makes the catch. 1 down. And Paul Goldschmidt will come up to hit. Line to left. Oh, and a great catch with a somersault finish, and he sticks the landing. So it's their last chance in this one. Now, Anthony Volpe. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on.
That's the ball.
And now 2 balls and a strike. Slice to right, and that's down, a base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. Digging in, Jose Caballero.
Hey.
One strike away from securing
Ball,
game 1.
outside.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Another 1-2. Got him, and that's the ball game.
It's pretty early in this series to say a must-win game, but when you've got home field advantage, it's a luxury, but you have to protect it. Huge win in game one to set the tone.
Our final score for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shelby saying so long.
With the metric, yes.